I don't know whatever someone does in their bedroom, that's what they do. I don't got nothing to do with that. I'm just here to say that I've never seen my man doing anything.
Stevie J has always been a name associated with controversy, but his latest revelations have taken everyone by surprise. Imagine this one of the most loyal confidants of C. Diddy's, a man who by his side for decades suddenly drops a bombshell that could shake the very foundation of their friendship. In a recent interview, Stevie J made some cryptic yet jaw-dropping statements about Diddy's behavior, hinting that the music mogul once crossed a line. With him, a line that Stevie J claims no one else ever dared to believe existed. But why now? What prompted Stevie J, a man who once referred to Diddy as family, to speak out in such a cryptic and shocking manner?
There's more and more civil lawsuits.
But it's a lot of bogus. It's a lot of bogus.
Because the same lawsuit that Busby tried to file against Jay-Z, 13-year-old girl, that's all spoken.
Do you hear that shit?
Let's rewind for a second and take a closer look at Stevie J's relationship with Diddy. This isn't just some casual industry acquaintance. We're talking about a decades-long bond that dates back to the golden era of Bad Boy Records. Stevie was one of the legendary producers behind Diddy's empire, crafting iconic tracks like Mo Money, Mo Problems and Notorious Thugs. The two were inseparable, not just professionally but personally, often spotted together at exclusive parties, industry events, and luxurious vacations. Diddy even called Stevie J's family a testament to their close-knit connection. So what could possibly drive a wedge between these two influential...
What they trying to do? Yeah. Do you see the scenario they trying to lay out? They pretty much like, yo, even if you get free from this, we're gonna get reputation so bad.
It all started when Stevie J sat down for an interview, and his tone was far from celebratory. Gone was a loyal friend who once defended Diddy against all odds. Instead, Stevie J hinted at something much darker: allegations that Diddy had made inappropriate advances toward him. Without diving into explicit details, Stevie painted a picture of a man who was vile and capable of behavior that, in Stevie's words, no one would have believed. It was a shocking moment, to say the least, and it left everyone wondering, why is Stevie J saying this now? And what does he stand to gain or lose by speaking up?
I haven't been charged with shit. Y'all making me paint this picture of me to be a monster.
Well, he has been charged.
I mean, he hasn't been convicted.
He has been charged.
All right. He hasn't been convicted.
No, he's innocent until proven guilty. That's the way the law works. Look, at the end of the day, if he got...
There are rumors that Stevie J may be cooperating with the FBI as part of their ongoing investigation into Diddy's alleged misconduct. If true, this would explain why Stevie J has gone from staunch defender to outspoken critic almost overnight. It is no secret that law enforcement frequently seeks out insiders to build their cases, and Stevie J's long history with Diddy would make him a valuable source of information. However, aligning himself with the FBI if the rumors are true would also be...
At the end of the day, unfortunately, he's about 55 years old.
Yes.
He can't take a 20-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Right. A 20-year-old can take that. 55. He has to.
And let's not forget, Stevie J has plenty of skeletons in his own closet over the years. Has faced accusations of financial mismanagement, personal disputes, and behavior that some might describe as less than honorable. It's possible that Stevie J sees this as an opportunity to clean up his own image by pointing the finger at someone else, someone whose alleged actions are far more scandalous. After all, in an industry that thrives on image and perception, throwing another figure under bus might be the easiest way to divert attention from your own shortcoming.
Yeah, we got to just see how it plays out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm never going to stop being there for someone I consider to be a friend.
Yeah. As it should.
I'm not going to turn my back, and it's like I've been scrutinized just by being a friend. I guess someone never had a true friend.
No, man, it's all good. I think you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do.
You know?
And ultimately, we'll see how it plays out.
But what makes Stevie J's allegations particularly intriguing is the emotional weight he seems to carry in his interview. He didn't just drop casual accusations. He spoke with a sense of betrayal and disbelief, as if he himself is still grappling with the reality of what he claims to have experienced. "I didn't know he had that in him," Stevie J reportedly said, referring to Diddy's alleged behavior as a statement that suggests a deep personal hurt, as though Stevie is wrestling with the idea that someone he once considered family could have crossed such a line.
They are responsible for your well-being. They have to ensure the safety of your well-being.
Adding yet another layer to the story is Stevie J's acknowledgement of Diddy's darker moments. In the same interview, Stevie J mentioned that Diddy was in a dark place during some of the most troubling incidents. He even suggested that substance use played a role in Diddy's behavior, painting a picture of a man grappling with inner demons. While this might come across as an attempt to humanize Diddy, it also raises questions about Stevie J's own complicity. If he knew about these dark moments, why didn't he speak up sooner? Was he protecting Diddy out of loyalty, or was he protecting himself? The timing of Stevie J's revelations is also worth examining. It's no coincidence that his comments come at a time when Diddy is facing a wave of legal battles and public scrutiny, from allegations of coercion to shocking footage that has surfaced online. The walls are closing in on Diddy. Stevie J's decision to speak out now could be seen as opportunistic, a way to align himself with a growing chorus of voices condemning alleged actions, but it could also be interpreted as an act of self-preservation, a way to distance himself from a sinking ship before it's too late.
Very, very bad Hollywood story, and a lot of the evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those 2 raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these.
Let's not overlook the possibility that Stevie J might be leveraging this moment for financial or professional gain in an industry where relevance is currency. Making headlines, no matter how controversial, can be a strategic move. By inserting himself into the narrative surrounding Diddy, Stevie J has ensured that his name remains in the spotlight, even if it's for all the wrong reasons. But at what cost will this newfound attention help Stevie J rebuild his career, or will it backfire and further tarnish his reputation? What's clear is that Stevie J's revelations have sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, leaving fans and industry insiders alike to speculate about what's really going on behind the scenes. Is Stevie J a brave whistleblower shedding light on long-hidden truths, or is he a calculated opportunist using Diddy's downfall to his advantage? The truth, as always, lies somewhere in the murky middle.
Because then they can't ask for the truth. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest the guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
Stevie J's shocking revelations about Diddy are only the beginning of what is shaping up to be one of the entertainment industry's most jaw-dropping seas. The question on everyone's mind is who else is entangled in this ever-growing scandal. The list of names being whispered in connection to Diddy's alleged activities reads like the guest list at an A-list Hollywood party. And if rumors are to be believed, the fallout could stretch far beyond Diddy himself pulling something.
After 2 judges denied his request for bail, this as a grand jury is expected to hear new testimony from sex workers.
The scandal's layers continue to unravel. It's becoming clear that the same network that helped build careers may now be involved in a much darker narrative. To fully understand the magnitude of this, it's important to unpack the sheer scope of Diddy's influence for decades. He wasn't just a music mogul. He was a kingmaker. His empire was not limited to producing hit records. It extended into fashion, nightlife, and even the social hierarchy of Hollywood. Being associated with Diddy.
You all know I made a request today for a gag order, and I'm not going to walk out of court and do anything other than live up to it.
The so-called Diddy list has been making the rounds on social media, and it's a who's who of Hollywood royalty names like Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Ashton Kutcher, and Mariah Carey, and even Prince Harry have all been mentioned in connection with DS events. To be clear, no one is claiming that everyone on this list was directly involved in anything inappropriate, but the mere fact that these names are being associated with Diddy parties raises countless questions. Did they see anything, Diddy?
That's trying a criminal case in the modern times. A lot of evidence on electronic devices, cell phones, tablets, computers, things of that nature. And the devices, and especially if you have an external hard drive, 90-something terabytes of data on a single device, which is like a hard drive, that takes weeks to go through just for one device on its own.
BS camp has remained tight-lipped, but some fans are wondering whether his silence is a deliberate attempt to avoid being dragged into the scandal. Diddy was famously a mentor to Bieber early in his career, and their relationship was frequently highlighted as one of mutual admiration. However, as the allegations against Diddy have piled up, people have begun to examine BS' past comments about his time with the mogul. In one resurfaced clip, Viber jokingly allude.
Pretty interesting because I think, we have seen many photos, videos of Sean Combs, aka Diddy, through the Associated Press, through Instagram, and so to see him kind of in person after being in jail for 3 weeks now was pretty interesting to say the least. And I say that by being that he would have
expect him to feel a little defeated, a little gaunt, or anything like that. But it wasn't that case. He appeared confident. He stood tall.
Then there's Usher, another artist who has a long history with Diddy. Usher once stayed at Diddy's house as a teenager, and in a past interview, he hinted at witnessing things that made him uncomfortable, while Usher later downplayed those comments, insisting they were taken out of context. The resurfacing of his old remarks has read discussions about what exactly went on behind closed doors, adding fuel to the fire. User recently deleted a series of posts from his social media accounts, leading some to speculate that he's trying to distance himself from controversy. Another name that has been making headlines is Khloe Kardashian. In an old interview, Khloe casually mentioned attending one of Diddy's parties, describing it as a surreal experience where half the people that were naked at the time her comments were brushed off as light-hearted gossip. But in the current context, they've taken on a much darker tone. People are now revisiting those remarks, asking whether Khloe might have seen more than she initially let on.
I'm not going to talk about anything that I haven't said in court or in papers. These are all great questions, but I'm just not going to get into it. So,
What do you think about your concerns about the loop and the video?
I did it in the court papers, and I'm just going to stick to the court papers. As you all know, I made a request today for what we were calling a gag order, and I'm not going to walk out of court and do anything other than
What's particularly striking is the sheer breadth of the individuals being linked, however loosely, to Diddy's activities, from Hollywood actors to high-profile musicians to members of royal families, the alleged connections for continents and industries. And while it's important to note that not everyone mentioned in these rumors has been accused of wrongdoing, the fact that their names are even being brought up speaks to the far-reaching impact of Diddy's influence. It's not just about one man's alleged actions, it's about the culture of silence and complicity that may have allowed those actions to go unchecked for so long.